So this TikTok channels has gained 220,000 followers in just 3 months by posting viral animal fusion videos like what you're seeing right now. And these videos gained millions of views. And if you see the first video this creators has, it started on December 25, 2024, so just about 3 to 4 months from now. And the creators now has a link, is selling a 70 euros course how to make these videos manually. But here's the saying, if you want to grow a TikTok or YouTube channels fast, why you spend 30 minutes a day finding the ideas, generating the images, creating the videos, and editing them, when you could automate the entire things? In this video, I will show you how I build a system that does all of that for me every single day without even lifting a finger. So without further ado, let's get started. This is one of the video I have created before. Let's watch it. Alrighty guys, it's looked pretty good. And by the way, this Automator API, if you join my Skool community, you will get 200 free credit to use on all this type of videos. So if you saw all others platform, they charge like $50 a month, but you're just getting this for free if you join the community. I'm just going to import this N8N workflow from community. So all you need to do, just go to the classroom and you'll see animal fusions section here, where you can click on N8N template and then you click download. It's going to download the template and you go back to N8N and you click on here, the 3 dots, and click import from file. And then you're going to add this N8N.json, which is going to import this workflow for you. So I have actually cleared all this data right here. And then I have this prompt, which is going to generate me all this data. So I just add it to ChatGPT and it will generate me 10 rows and each row representing one video. So I'm going to copy all these rows from the table and then add them to our production sheet. Okay, so here I copy them all and then I went to Google Sheet and then I just pasted it right here. And what you can do is just make it to wrap inside the rows. So just click here. And for the stage, I'm going to add all of them as planning, and you can actually drag it to all this sheet right here. So once you have new data, it will already have this planning stage. Okay, so now I'm going to run this workflow and show you the end result. All I'm going to do is click test workflow and it's going to run. Now it will grab this 3 items from the Google Sheet because we limit it to only output 3, and then going to process each one of them individually, generating the images, the videos, and edit the final videos. So let's wait and see the end result. Then we'll go through each one of these nodes in details. The workflow has done. I got an error at the end here because I actually had this limited to 3, but I have changed it to 1 in the edit the video sections. And this part is not really connected to that part, so it's very separate. I have run only this part after we generating all the 3 videos. So I'm going to show you the end result and then I will explain what's happening here. You see here, all these videos has been populated, the images and the videos. And also in this tab where it's tracked the final video, the edited video, and the stat is moved to ready. So here is the video. All right, so as you see guys, we have this final videos is ready and we can just post it to TikTok or YouTube Shorts, and we can make this whole workflow runs on autopilot by just adding this schedule triggers right here, and trigger interval will be every 1 day. At any time it will process all this information and it will update the final videos right here. You can download this to your devices or your computer and then post it on YouTube Short or TikTok, or you can set up another automation which going to post this automatically for you. So let me go through now all the steps. So now we have this Google Sheet, and this Google Sheet node, it will grab all this rows that has a stage values planning. So we'll go through this sheet right here and we'll search for all this planning and we'll get all these rows. And if you only want to make like 2 videos a day or 3 videos, then after we getting all these rows, now we need to limit only to how many videos we want to make a day. So if you want to make it 3, that with what we did right now, we just add 3 max items and we keep the first 3 items, so it will give us the first 3 items from all these rows. And after that we have this OpenAI. This OpenAI module, it's an instruction prompt to how generate all this prompt for the generation. So it will generate us the start image prompt and the video prompts. The final videos, I had it there, but I have changed this to a new models, Gemini 2.5, and I will show you this in the next step, but I have left it here and I haven't deleted, but this is really going to be unused. So this part here, what we also have the project ID, and this is a project ID for each one of these rows. So this project ID going to be used later to update this row with like the links, the image links and video URL, and also the stages. This prompt here is construct all these values from the Google Sheet, and it's populated here, and it's have instructions how to create this type of images. Okay, so after that we will move to the next one, which is loop over item. And loop over item, it's important here because we will have different items and we need to process each one of them individually. And we need to also, once it's done, we need to edit the video. So we have a loop over items where it's going to loop on each one of the OpenAI outputs, which is the first image, the final image. Final image is not used, but it will be the first image, the project ID, and the video prompt. So after we adding the loop over items, now we are going to have 3 sections here, or 4. The first one is generating the first image. And as you see in the Google Sheet, this is the first image here for all, like for example, for the first one, and for the second one, it's right here, and for the third one is right here. So this is the first image before the transformations, and this is basically the sections that's going to generate us this type of image. So after we add the loop over item, we add the generate first image. This is like a HTTP module, and it's post request to this URL. And this URL, it's a Flux Ultra 1.1 Pro. And it's basically, and it's from replicate.com. So replicate.com is hosting all this type of models for video generations and for image generation and also text generation, a lot of other models. So we're using this platform and basically adding this link, and we adding the authentications, authorizations, and adding the API key. And also for the JSON, we adding this JSON data, the input, we adding the prompt, the guidance, and the aspect ratio for TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and we specify the output format to be PNG. And the prompt, we getting the prompt from the loop over items node starting image, because this model going to generate us the first image. So that's why we adding this part of the prompt. Okay, so after we run this node, we will find that there is an output, and this output will have a multiple information. The one we need is output, and the output is going to give us the URL of the generated images. So we added here, get the first image. So we need to check this output is ready or not. So in get first image, we add the get request with a URL, and this URL, we're going to check the image. We need to add the ID of the actual job. Here's the job ID, and we just added right here at the end. And for the API key, we have the same API key for the platform. How to get this API key? You're just going to go to the platform, replicate.com, sign up, and inside the platform on the top here, you click on the API tag, and then you click create token, and then you add your API key right here. So after we get the first image, it will give us all this data, and what we need to find is the output URL, and this is the image. So what we do here, sometimes you're not going to get this URL right away because it takes time to generate it. So we added a wait node for 20 seconds, and this wait node just wait for 20 seconds and then execute the next node. So the next node is if, and if basically it's a logic to find out if this output here is empty or is not empty. So if it's empty, it means it's still processing and it's not ready yet. But if it's not empty, it means the link is there, so that means it's done. So if it's not empty, it means like we need to move to the next step because we already have this URL. But if it is empty, now we need to wait to check again. So it has output of true or false. True, it's mean we have the URL. It's not empty, so we're gonna move to download the image. But if it's empty, it's mean we don't have it. Then we are going to loop again and check and wait till we actually end up having the URL. Okay, so after that, we will download the image and basically just get node. So we're adding HTTP GET request with the URL and the URL of the image, the generated image. So this is the URL, and we just drag it right here. And that's all we need to do for the download image. As you see, it's downloaded the image in binary. So we need to upload the image on Google Drive. And the reason of that, because the replicate doesn't really host these images for too long. So we need to keep tracking of all these images and add it to our Google Drive. Also note that all this AI generated is cost money, so you need to make sure you save this because you might use this later in different project. Okay, so that's why we added upload file for Google Drive. And for the file name, we just add the file name from download image. As you see in the JSON here, we have an ID. Just drag the ID and add and the PNG format at the end. And we need to tell the Google Drive where we need to upload this file. So the parent drive is my drive. It's right here, but the parent folder is just something you need to create. And to create this folder, you go to Google Drive and you only create it once. So I created here the Animal Fusion and then I share it to public. So you click share and then you change anybody with the link. You will see it's restricted, so you need to change it to anyone with the link. Once you do that once, it will be good for all the next workflow. So basically any folder or any file will be created like this images. Any images will be uploaded to this drive or this folder will inherit the same permissions as this folder. So this folder has public permission, anyone in the public able to see inside. So the same files will be the same. So this file will be anybody can download it once you change this permission to public. Okay, so this is a upload file. Now we need to add this image URL because when we upload the file, you'll see that we got an ID and we got all this data. And the most important one we need is the web view link right here. So we need to add this link to our Google Sheet to update our Google Sheet here with this link. So this link will be right here. Okay, so to do that, I added this Google Sheet node, which is going to update a row. So we need to update the row and we need to search which row we need to update. And the project ID is the one that going to tell us which one to update. So I got the project ID to match here, and the project ID basically going to be get from loop over item. So the loop over item here, you'll see that it gives us the start image, the final image, the video prompt, and the project ID. So I just drag this right here. And for the start image, and this is coming from the Google Drive, the one I just showed you. When we uploaded the file, it gives us this web content link. So right here, you'll see the web content link. Sorry, I said before the web view links, but that's what we actually need, the web content link. So all you need to do is just drag it and add it here. And once this is done, you'll see it's tell you that the project ID is right here and we updated the start image with the URL. Okay, so after that, there is a merge node here, but before the merge node here, we actually have two HTTP nodes. And if you remember before, I told you that the final image prompt, we're not going to use it from OpenAI, and I just left it there. Like this one right here, we're not using this one. We're going to use Gemini 2.5 Pro. And the reason of that, when we're running it with OpenAI, the final image doesn't really comes good. So Gemini 2.5 Pro have the ability to analyze the images and be able to understand them. So what I did, I added this HTTP, which is going to upload the image, the first image that we have, is going to upload it to Gemini, and it's a post method, and it's the URL. This is the URL. The credentials is predefined credential type. The credential type is Google Gemini API, and the API key, you need to add new credential. And you're going to go to Google AI Studio and just create a new API key and paste it here. Once it's done, you'll just choose send body, and the file will be binary file, and this one will be data. It's just taking this file, upload it to Gemini, and then after that, we are going to get this URI for the actual image, and we need to take this URI to analyze this image. So I added another HTTP node, Gemini 2.5. It's a different URL, and it's supposed to request the same API keys. And this is the part where we are going to add this prompt. And the prompt basically analyzes this image and is going to generate a final image instruction that we are going to use to generate the final image. It's going to analyze the first image, the human and the animal, and then based also on the Excel sheet variables is going to give us the final image. We added the file URI, the actual image, and the type of the image. And after that, it will give us this prompt. It's right here. And this prompt, we are going to give it to the second image generations. But before that, we have this merge node because now we have two paths. So we need to merge them to one. And the merge node will have the mode combine, and the combined by positions and number of input is 2. Okay, so after that, we have the second image, and you'll see that the second image has the same kind of structures as the image. Get the image, download it, upload it, and then add it to Google Sheet. So the same thing as the first image. So you see that it has this post request with this same model for image generation, and the same thing with API key, content type, application JSON, and you'll see the same input as well. We give it the image, the prompt, which is right here, the one that we got from Gemini 2.5 Pro, but we actually got it from the merge right here because this is the last node, so we just add it right here. We drag it and we add it here. And then after this, we are adding a wait node to wait for the image before we check and see if we have this output. The same thing as we did right here. We add a if node, and the if node will decide if it's done. They're going to download this image, upload it to the Google Drive, and add it right here in the Google Sheet. So this will be the end image for both of the subject combined. Now we need to generate the video, the video is going to animate the process of transformation between the first image and the second image. So all you need to do is adding this section, which pretty much is the same thing as well. We just have an extra Google Sheet here, but the model is also different. We're using Kling AI, the version 1.6 Pro, and you'll see this part also the same thing. We're adding the same authorization, same API key, content type, application JSON, and this part is different because we're adding the prompt, and the prompt is going to generate the video. So this prompt is coming from the loop over items, because if you remember in OpenAI, we got the video prompt. We pass it to loop over items and we got it from there. And the duration is 10 seconds. And here we're adding the start image and the end image. And here's the start image and the end image. So these images, we got it from here. This is the end image. And we just drag it and drop it here. And the start image is, you see here, is coming from merge node. So in the merge node, we have the start image right there. The end. So drag it and drop it right here. There's something I added here, which is a built-in functions to basically switch some syntax here to make sure that the AI will be able to download these images and work with it. Okay, so the aspect ratio is 9:16, and I have added a negative prompt. I highly recommend you adding all this negative prompts, so we kind of limit the AI generation to give us like any videos that might cause an error or have a nudity or any other things that we don't want. Okay, so after this node, you'll see the output is ID as well, and this ID is what we need to get the actual video. And now we are waiting, and then we get the final video. And the final video will have the same thing, the same link, and slash the ID of the generation right here. We drag it right here. The same thing with the images as well. And the structure will be the same. We have the authorization and the values, the API key, the barrier and the API key, and the name content type application JSON. Okay, so after that, you'll see that it's output the video, but usually it's not going to output for you the video right away. You'll have to loop around and wait till the video is done. Now we're downloading the videos, the same thing as we did before. We upload it to Google Drive and then add it to the Google Sheet right here. So that is the video URL. And we're also changing the stage to ready. So it's going to change the stage to ready. Okay, so after we change the stage to ready, and this is a part that I have error, but the error is because I just forgot to make this limit. So I have rerun this separately. As you see in the executions, you'll see that I run this second or the final section separately, which is going to take all this 3 videos and is going to pass them to this Automator API to edit them. And then we're going to change the stage to done. And in the new tab here is going to add the final edited video, and it will add the status to ready. And by mean ready, it's ready to publish and add it to like YouTube or TikTok. So you see here, I only executed this part. I just dragged this node and then I executed this part. So it's limit to 1. So you see Google Sheet is get all this ready stages. So all the stages that is ready is going to get them, and it's going to aggregate all these results. So all these results going to be aggregated in one item because we have 3 items here. So aggregate is going to give us 1 items. So this 1 item is what we need from it. It's the URL because that's what we need to edit. So I have added this function node, which is going to give us this URL, going to show all this data, and is going to extract each one of the URLs. I also hard decoded the music here. You can choose any music and then just add the links here. And by the way, I see most of these videos in TikTok, it has only one music. So they don't have a lot of varieties of music. You just have one typical music and they keep repeating it. So you can do that right here. And you'll see that the output, there's 2 things, the music and the videos. And you see all the videos here. And that's all what we need to be able to edit the video and get the final video. To edit the video, we added this node for HTTP node for Automator API. This is a link here. And Automator API is a platform that lets you edit some types of videos. And this is my platform, by the way. And if you want to get access to it, you can get access for free, give you 25 credit. But if you join our Skool community, you'll get 200 credit a month and you'll be able to generate multiple type of videos. If you saw my previous video, I have a motivation video, which is something like this. And you'll be able to generate these videos and also the animal vision video. So all you need to do is just go to the dashboard, and after you sign up and then click new key and just copy this key and then add it here in this sections right here. So let me actually, because it's grayed out because now it's in the execution part, so I'm going to copy it to editor so we'll be able to see what we have. Okay, so here the API key, you'll add your API key here and the links, and then the content type application JSON. And for the data, you'll see that it has a video URL, which the one that we just extracted from the function node. So we're gonna grab all this URLs and add it here, and the music URL as well, and the transition type, fade If you prefer something else, you can read the documentation and then just change the transition. So you just go here to the documentations and you'll see the videos is video merger, and you can see like the types of transition that we have. So you'll see here, this is the transitions. So you can choose one of them, like either fade, dissolve, wipe, or slide. And then you can add it here. And transition direction is 1.5. And that's all. You click test, you'll get an ID and you get a status of good. So you can move to the wait node. You'll see that all the sections has a similarity of this reports because we generate the video and then we wait and then we check to see if it's done or if it's not. If it's done, we move forward. If it's not, we loop around. So all this 4 here sections have the same thing. So after it's done, we can download the video. But let me just show you here the final video. We just add the links here and /status and we adding the job ID. And the instruction, we have the same thing as we have for actually getting the final video. And the instructions here is the same. We have the authorization key and the name, content type, and the value is application JSON. And you'll see the end up is we having the output URL. And this is the final video. Now we downloading this video and we upload it to Google Drive. And this part right here, Google Sheet, we have 2 Google Sheets. So the first one is we adding a new row to this tab right here, publish. So we're adding this row, and this row will contain today's day. And we're also having the final video URL, and the status will be ready. It's ready to publish to social media. You'll see here we have the date, and the date is, this function will be today's date. It will already be populated or formulated once you add this. And the video is the video URL we got from the Google Drive. So you see here the Google Drive web view link. We just drag it and add it here. And you'll see that it's added a new row with the video, the today's date, and also the status is ready. After that, we need to update the first tab here, the sheet, to mark all the stages to done, because now we got the final video, so we need to make sure that they are changed to done. So when we run this workflow again, we're not going to get these videos again. We're going to get this new planning stage. So to do that, we added a Google Sheet with update row, and then we add the sheet here, the sheet 1, and values to update is a project ID, and we got the project ID from, I will show you what node we got it from, and we added the stages done. So you see here, there's a connections between this Google Sheet and this one. And this is the last Google Sheet that we have the 3 items before we aggregate them. So we have connect this Google Sheet node to the one here. So it will take all these project IDs and it's going to change them to done. It changed all those project IDs to done. And that's pretty much all the workflow. You can set this workflow to run on pilot every day. And then you can add a new workflows to post it to social media like YouTube Short or TikTok. And if you go to the community here, you'll see that I have those animal fusions where you can easily download this templates and get the prompts. I also will add this Google Sheet here so you can just take a copy of it. Just will make your life easy. So just click on here and download the N8N template, and you are going to go, and then you're going to go to N8N workflow. You can add a new workflow, and then you will import this from a file. So add this file that you downloaded, and once you do that, it will going to add it here. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any question, please type it below. I will see you in the next video. Thank you.